And here we are, myself and Mr. Tom Schultz. Tom,
Woo!
how you doing?
I'm pretty good. Just preparing to whoop Spencer's little bitch-ass team this week.
Woo-hoo-hoo! Damn, fighting words.
I'm going to fucking crush him this week, send him a little slap from reality, and I'm going to show him that his team sucks and my team's better than his.
He is 7-1 though, and he will keep letting people know that.
I don't blame him one bit. If I was 7-1, I'd be talking shit as well. So
Yeah, I guess I understand. Let's start off with some recaps on some of these matchups, huh? Let's go with Josh Schultz versus a Mr. Danny Demarcus. I guess I'll say their team names. That is the Big Gronkowski and the Colin Kaepernick still. Josh is now 2-6 and Danny is now 3-5. Danny won this matchup 120.9 to 94.7, and in my mind, unbelievable score for Danny because his starting running back, which is Mark Ingram, a very good running back, gets a negative point total.
and he still scored 120. So that's extremely impressive. Josh Schultz needed this win, and he didn't get it. His season is pretty much over. He's Spencer's 7-1 now. Jerry's 5-3, and Josh Schultz might start selling some more players, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, I'm kind of concerned on what he's going to do for next week. One good thing is they came out and said Darren Sproles may be the starter from here on out for the Eagles because Niall Davis is cut by the Packers, signed by the Jets, and he is fantasy irrelevant. No reason you should have him on a team. Danny, though, picks up J.J. Nelson and starts him.
What a play!
I guess he should be in charge of our fantasy in charge of our podcast because he's got some fantasy intuition that blows my mind.
And now Bruce Arians came out and said J.J. Nelson's a starting wide receiver for them. I'm guessing Michael Floyd is getting benched, but it's awesome.
Yeah, it's absolutely ridiculous. You have Fitzgerald that's getting a little bit older, and I don't know. I just thought it was outrageous. Good win by Danny. He really needed it to stay in playoff contention. But what he really needed was Justin to lose, which he did. Which brings us to our next matchup. Great segue, by the way, Josh. Justin Stevens, Barstool Sports, hilarious name again, versus Jerry McInerney, Headlock Master. Jerry pulls out the win. I honestly thought Justin was going to come back and take this one because he had the Vikings defense against the Bears. But then the Vikings defense basically just laid an egg and totally disrupted any momentum Justin had.
I thought the Vikings D was going to be worth good 14, 15 points, like how they've been playing other crappy teams like the Bears are, and the Bears just ran all over them. Vikings only got Justin 2 points, and he ended up losing by a little over 10 points. Huge win for Jerry. Absolutely huge win for him.
In other news, I looked at Jerry's team. Will Fuller puts up 2.3, Kelvin Benjamin puts up 7.3, and Mohamed Sanu puts up 14.4, which kind of blew my mind because Julio Jones, Mohamed Sanu, you just don't think of it like that. But his running backs seriously have been carrying his team, especially with Tom Brady now back at quarterback. But his running backs and Tom Brady are the guys really running his team right now, and he's set up for a decent run.
Yeah, he's got Melvin Gordon coming in, scoring like 2 touchdowns every week, when last year he couldn't find the end zone once. That was a great trade for Jerry earlier in the season. Very impressed.
I believe New England's on bye next week, right?
Yep.
So even if New England's on bye, one of two things are going to have to happen. LeGarrette Blount's on bye, so he's got Theo Riddick at running back, which is good for Jerry. But Tom Brady is on bye. What is he going to do at quarterback? We'll probably get to that later on, but that's just something to think about. Justin's team still did very well. You have running backs that put up above 15 points, each of them. A quarterback that put up above 20 points. And then, I don't know. I just feel bad because his team is actually pretty decent. His wide receivers just kind of laid an egg this week.
I feel like this happens to Justin's team every year. He starts really hot, and he just slowly starts to sink. And then normally it's either you or Danny that come and take the division from him last second. I don't want to see Justin lose the division again. I feel like he might do something bad to himself. And I like Justin. He's very nice.
Yeah, but that's what he is. He's always got one of those points in the year where it's an epic collapse. So that's why I wish I'm in his division next year, because I would like that epic collapse. Let's move on to the next matchup. We got Mike Agent, Y'all Don't See That, and then the champ is here, Joey Stevens. What a close and competitive matchup this was, when in reality, we would have thought that this matchup would have been a blowout from the get-go. You have Joey that ended up at 98.3 points, and then Mike came out of nowhere with 98.8. Thanks to me, because Mike was not going to pick up another running back, and I talked him into it because he didn't know that he could pick up another running back because he thought the game started already. So I talked him into picking up Ronnie Hillman, and he played Ronnie Hillman, thank God. Sorry, Joey. But he ended up winning the matchup by 0.5. What the hell is going on?
Joey was favored to win this by like 37 points, I think it was. A huge upset for Mike. It's back-to-back big wins for him. And now he's tied for first place in his division. That division's a dumpster fire right now. But congrats to Mike. You might want to stop winning, though. You might ruin your hopes and dreams of tanking the season and getting good draft picks.
Very true. Next matchup. And I feel bad for Joey because his team is so stacked. But it proves
anything can happen.
Anything can happen in fantasy football, guys. We are going to go to... Let's go to your matchup, Tom.
Ugh.
Let's go to Tom versus Kevin. That's Tater King versus Snow Bunny City. Kevin put up 80 points. I thought there might have been a chance that he could have came back and win this with Stephon Diggs possibly getting 2 touchdowns. He ended up getting 1. For Tom, it looked kind of rough until Amari Cooper started putting up some points. Spencer Ware got out with a concussion, so that kind of sucked for Tom. Basically, his wide receivers all across the board did really nothing besides Amari. And then Allen Robinson still held to 7 points. I don't know what to think of this, of him, and that Jacksonville team, because that theoretically that team should be so much better.
Hey, they changed offensive coordinators. Remember what that did for the Bills?
True.
The Jags are going to blow up next week. Get ready for AR-15 to produce like he did last year. But yeah, Spencer Ware going out in the third quarter. He wasn't doing much before that, but his 4.7 didn't help. T.Y. kind of hurt his hamstring, was kind of limping out there. Luck had a terrible game. He got hit on over 50% of his snaps. It was an ugly day for my team. It was my worst outing of the season. But thank God Kevin shit the bed. Yeah,
that's true. Kevin had Kirk Cousins on the bench. If he would have played Kirk Cousins over Cam Newton, which I think a lot of people said that they would have played Kirk Cousins this week, it would have won him the week. Would have been another 14 points and would have won him the week right there. Woulda, coulda, shoulda. It is what it is, but can't predict the future. So you're not really sitting Cam Newton unless if he's playing Arizona's defense. Oh, wait. He did play the Arizona's defense. My bad. Let's go to the next matchup real quick. All right, whatever. We'll go to mine. Will we go to mine? Maybe.
We got 2 more.
Oh, Alex versus Tim. Let's do that one first. First off, I want to start off with, Alex, I love your picture. Punch that bitch right in the pussy, vote for Trump. Hilarious. I think I said that last time. It's so funny. But then again, you look at Alex's team, and it just gets raped over and over again. Russell Wilson should be so much better via on paper, and he's been doing nothing. Latavius Murray, he should be getting more carries. He's not doing anything. He started CJ Procise, which I thought was a very risky move because he pretty much had nobody else, but he did end up with 10.3 points, which is kind of a shocker.
Oh, hey, Mike.
Oh, Mike's here. But Dak Prescott, like, you look at Dak Prescott, is he pretty much a starter from here on out?
I don't know, because Dak had his worst game of the year, if you watched the game.
He did.
But he had his best fantasy outing. I don't think he's going to play that bad normally, and normally Dallas is going to be able to run the ball more effectively. But Dak's a top 12 quarterback right now in our league. He's worth starting, but it's still hard benching Russell Wilson over Dak, even though Russell really hasn't been doing much. Kind of just praying that he starts coming to life.
Yeah, just to put it in comparison, Russell Wilson is ranked 24th in our league, and Dak Prescott is ranked 12th. And pretty much if you average all the points out, I believe Dak's point is 21.6, and Russell is 15.6. Big difference there. But I want to go to Tim's team.
Can I say something?
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Alex, you shouldn't have drafted Doug Baldwin. We told you not to. Right now he's ranked 32nd wide receiver. You were expecting him to be top 20. Listen to us. We're smart.
I don't hate the. I mean,
Doug Baldwin sucks.
Well, it's
he's
not
had
great.
2 good games.
Yeah, but he's 32. That's still a.
It's
top.
not good.
It's still a number 3 wide receiver.
Do you want to start him?
Is a number 3 on my team? Why not? Because my team sucks.
Are you 0-8?
I am, yeah.
All right.
So if I could start Doug Baldwin as a number 3, you better believe it.
This was his game to do something against the Saints.
This really was the game that he should have put out like a 15 or a 20-point game.
I started his dumbass in one Fananas league, and I'm pissed off.
Let's go to this other retarded team over here. It's Tim's. Derek Carr.
That's all you got to say.
Unbelievable, 41 points. I read a stat the other day. You guys ready for this?
Yep.
Peyton Manning and Derek Carr, through 70 games, have the same amount of passing touchdowns. All right? Derek Carr has 28 less interceptions than Peyton Manning did at that stage.
It's impressive.
You know, I don't know how I found that stat. I'm just letting you guys know. Pretty crazy. But Matt Forte went retarded. He went ham.
You can't say that word.
I'm sorry. He went ham?
You can't say the R word.
Oh. Sorry.
I thought you said you couldn't say ham.
You can say ham.
Oh, sorry. He went ham. He went ridiculous. All right.
There you go.
Jeremy Hill, he scored 13.3 points. So, you know, it is what it is. Scored a touchdown, 76 yards rushing. Hopkins, another dud. LaFell, a dud. Baldwin, a dud. Jordan Reed, a big game. He got lucky in this matchup, guys. All signs pointed to Alex should have been winning this game, regardless if he started Russell Wilson or Dak Prescott. Alex really should have won this game, and then Derek Carr pretty much won the game for Tim.
Yeah, when Tim's wide receivers get him 5.4 points and he wins, it's a great week for Tim. That's the strong point of his team. He also had his 2 best players on bye, though.
True. Last matchup, myself, Mr. Fourth versus Spencer Camp. An 0-7 team versus a 7-1 team. There was a lot of talk and a lot of hoopla before this matchup, and Spencer went on MIA, and he really thought that everybody was talking shit about his team, which everybody was, but there is no way in fuck that I was gonna beat a 6-1 team. My team is not that good. Well, if you looked at the matchups, I had some decent matchups this week, but if you looked at it, it just was not gonna happen. So for him to blow up at everybody and say, oh, you guys on radio silence? I'm at work. Tim's got kids, probably beating them. And then Tom's doing whatever Tom's doing. Dude, just settle the fuck down and just chill out. All right? It's fantasy football, bro. Grow the fuck up.
Keep talking shit. I'm going to change my Sunday ticket password.
Oh, you hear that? Sunday ticket password's going to get changed.
Better be nice, Spencer.
All right, so real quick, Matthew Stafford, just regular Matthew Stafford stuff. Middle of the pack game. Christian Michael, 10 points. Booker, 12 points. But then Dez finally stepped up with 17 points. Came back from injury. Really proved why he is the number 1 wide receiver on that team, because there's nobody else. But when Dez is healthy, Dez is a stud. And then you look at the other side of the ball. Aaron Rodgers with 36 points. Jonathan Stewart went stupid with 22. And then his wide receivers all across the board kind of did something. I think they all scored a touchdown. So, congrats, you won, you fucking idiot. That's all I got.
Idiot.
You got anything on that matchup or no?
Not really. I wish Spencer lost.
Yeah, I think everybody does. I think even deep down Spencer wish he lost.
I really hope I get Spencer in the playoffs if I make the playoffs, because Jerry's team's really good right now. But if I make it, I want Spencer in the second round, because that'll be the easiest matchup ever to the title game.